Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Melanie Dean. I'm a psychologist, a scientist, and a Hay House author of the book, The Hidden Power of Emotions. And you're listening to the Wavemaker podcast, where we explore how your emotions are real energy waves that are more powerful than you think. And so are you. When you learn how to tap the power of your emotions, you can attract everything in life that you want. It's not just positive thinking, it's science, and I will show you how. Hello, I am Dr. Melanie Dean, and today I would like to give you 4 reasons why I am going to ask you to mess up your own happiness. And you think, messing up my own happiness does not at all sound appealing. Well, now I get that. Messing up your happiness does not at all sound appealing. So I'm going to give you 4 reasons why I suggest you mess up your own happiness. And I'm also going to let you in on just a little secret that paradoxically, you can't really do that. When you follow my suggestions for messing up your own happiness, you are going to find that in actuality, it increases your happiness. Reason number 1, freedom from perfection. There's a part of us that already knows that the destination we tend to seek in life of having a perfect, wonderful life, that destination we all seem to clamor for isn't really real. You can notice that when things are going wonderfully well and you say, I have to hang on to this. I have to hang on to this feeling, a fabulous feeling, before it just disappears and goes away when something else happens. We all know that changing and shifting in life circumstances is continually flowing through our life. So the freedom from perfection is a wonderful gift and a wonderful reason to mess up your own happiness. So that was reason number 1. So reason number 2 is that you will learn that you can tolerate the discomforts in your life that come when the challenges come, when the shifts and the changes in life bring you challenges and difficulties. You will learn that you can tolerate the discomfort of that. You will know that you can even tolerate and get through the panic of extreme changes that happen suddenly in your life. So when you know that you no longer have to seek an escape route from the challenges and the difficulties, the discomforts of that are still real. You don't like that. You don't want that in your life. But when you have a core knowing that you can tolerate it, you can get through it, and you have access to the wisdom and the guidance for how to navigate through that, you no longer have to seek the escape mechanisms that you might seek if you weren't aware of that ability in yourself. You might run away and not even want to think about the challenge, so you're mentally escaping. You might mentally escape through alcohol or drugs or exercise or working too much, being a workaholic. You might mentally escape by creating conflict and emotional upset in other areas of your life to escape the discomfort of that challenge. Lots of ways in which we end up trying to escape the discomfort of challenges when we don't feel up to them and we don't have confidence we can get through those difficulties. So the second reason in messing up your life, or your happiness, and my suggesting that you're going to mess up your own happiness, which we'll get to in a minute, is to really increase your knowing you can get through difficulties and challenges in your life. So, reason number 3 in purposefully messing up the happiness in your life is that you will actually be gaining calm and insight for how to deal with challenges, common challenges and difficulties in your life. You're going to be actually gaining that ahead of time, before the next challenge and difficulty happens. So in me asking you to mess up the happiness in your life, and I'll get to that in a couple of minutes, you're going to be purposefully bringing to mind things that are not perfect in your life, common challenges and difficulties that tend to happen to you. We all have them that are present in our life rather frequently. And you will notice that when you actually bring those challenges and difficulties to mind, during a time when you're actually happy, that you are calm as you're bringing that insight and challenge to mind, and that calm automatically allows you connection with your inner wise intuition, your intuitive guidance. And you will notice that even just fleetingly allowing yourself to know, I have these common challenges and difficulties that are present in my life, even during this moment of happiness, you will actually be gaining snippets of insight on how to handle those challenges in the future. So you are growing your ability to handle those challenges, which allows you to more comfortably get through the discomfort of those challenges. And the fourth reason, and this is really at the heart, most important, is that when you cultivate this depth of comfort, even during times of discomfort, it's unshakable. It's unshakable during both the positive times and the negative times. So when challenges and difficulties come your way that are relatively mild, you will notice them and you'll say, okay, I can get through this. And you can fairly easily shift into a memory and a knowing and into this place where you know your core comfort and contentment in life is still right there with you. When you have an extreme challenge and panic sets in over a sudden change, your brain is going to want to run away with all of the fear that naturally comes with that. So it will be harder during those times to quickly know you have this core comfort and contentment with life that you can access. That's okay, that it is harder for a little while to get in touch with that. But it doesn't mean it's not there. You will notice you can get to it really quickly when things do calm down, because they will calm down, because they always do. So your 4 reasons. One is you no longer have to chase this non-reality of perfection, of a destination, of a perfect and wonderful life. And the second reason is that you will have confidence that you can tolerate the discomfort and get through difficult and challenging times with a core sense of comfort. And the third reason is that you will actually be gaining insights and gaining wisdom in advance of when you need it. And the fourth reason is knowing that that core foundation of comfort and confidence and contentment within yourself is always available to you and always present for you. 4 very good reasons for us diving into how to increase comfort during times of discomfort. And let's get into the details of that. Life is a continual flow of continual change, which is a flow of positives, negatives, difficulties, challenges, happiness, joy, disappointment, sadness, a continual flow of life of those kinds of changes. So this also is very much supported by physics, and you know me, I'm kind of a sciencey, nerdy person, and I like to know how the energy of the universe is at work in the world in and through us. My teachings have a foundation of that scientific underpinnings of how our energy works in and through us. So the foundation of physics, both Newtonian physics, which you're familiar with, that's all the physics where we can predict what is happening with energy because it's a large enough scale that we can predict what's going to happen when this piece of energy changes and moves, and say you shift a ball at a certain speed at a certain distance and you want to know where it's going to land and when. That's kind of Newtonian physics. You can predict the outcome. Then there's also quantum physics, which is really that the tiniest part of all that energy at work in the world is subatomic quantum particles that do not follow the rules of traditional physics. They, though, also have the same core underpinnings of continual change and shifting and entropy and transformation. So at the core of physics, both Newtonian and quantum physics, meaning how our energy works in the world, in our body, outside our body, in and through us, it is a continual mode of shifting, changing, entropy, transformation happening continually. So the Buddhist concept that life is a continual flow, ebb and flow of positives, negatives, good things, challenging things, difficulty things, is supported by just how the world works, the physics of how the world works. Now, what's helpful to know in this is the Buddhist goal that they put forth for how to live life. The goal is to get through life and live your life with the ebbs and flows of the positives and negatives and the challenges, etc., with peace, calm, joy, and giving. Those are the tenets, the underpinnings, the goal of how to get through life, with all of the ebb and flow and the challenges and the positives and the negatives. So I'm just going to kind of repeat those: with calm, with peace, with joy, and with giving. So today I'm going to suggest 2 things that you do regularly to support your ability to navigate the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, and to navigate it in a way really that supports this goal of living life with calm, peace, joy, and giving. So the 2 things I'm going to suggest that you do regularly is, 1, an everyday practice of having time for calming your mind and calming your body. So just a couple of minutes every day of a practice of calming your mind and calming your body. And the second one is, no surprise, we've been talking about that, during your times of wonderful things happening, happiness happening, things have pulled together and you feel so grateful. During those times, to actually mess up that happiness a little bit and bring to mind the areas in your life that are still present for you, that are not perfect, that are still in your life, and there's still a challenge there. There's still some difficulties. You're still navigating it. It still presents some worry, anxiety, thoughts about, what do I do? So to purposefully bring some of that to mind during your moments of happiness and joy and wonderfulness in life. If you've heard my podcast teachings, read my book, you will be familiar with the concepts that your emotions are real energy matter. So I would like to remind us kind of what happens if, just as a general everyday happening, if we do not give ourselves the gift of some quiet time every day. If we're not practiced in being able to calm our body and calm our mind, even for just a couple minutes every day. So if you don't do that, what happens as a general rule? Well, as a general rule, we live in a busy world, and we live in a world in which there are all matters of danger, whether they are danger that's just in our mind or whether there's actual physical danger present in our surroundings that we need to get out of. So our brain is wired for us to pay attention to those danger signals. So in a part of your brain called the amygdala, its job is to have you pay attention to anything that could threaten your safety. So any danger signal, any little smidgen of anything that could mean danger and lack of safety for you, this amygdala's job is to have you pay attention to that. It's called a negativity bias when we're trying to shift into more positive way of feeling and thinking within ourselves. Our amygdala says, my job is to have you pay attention to all the negative because I'm supposed to keep you safe. That's that part of that brain's job. So when you may endanger things that are real danger and you need to pay attention to those, your amygdala is doing its job to have you say smell smoke if there is a fire, or have you pay attention to danger signals that may mean there's a fight nearby and you need to flee, or there's danger, physical danger in some way, and you're going to be picking up on all those signals. So maybe even you grew up in a household that was not safe and you got hypervigilant for signals that meant you weren't safe. So those will kick in automatically, and because that's again your amygdala part of your brain trying to keep you safe so that you can flee the danger or fight out your way out of the danger in order to keep yourself safe. Now, most of the time what happens, most of the time we are not in actual physical danger where we need to fight or flee. Most of the time the danger is in our mind, but our body doesn't know the difference. When the amygdala puts out a danger signal, whether that be that you have perceived a danger that isn't real, but you perceived it, you still have danger signals going through your body. So for example, if you're at work and an idea of yours has been passed over and you felt discounted, you weren't seen for what you contributed at work in that meeting. Now, in your mind, if you are just going with the flow and not really mindful of what's happening, whether you're having a real danger or whether this is just a mental perceived danger, your brain is going to go to the place of, wow, I was just discounted, I was just looked over, I was just ghosted. So if that's happening, what that happens to the danger signal part of your brain says is that I'm not safe because my safety group, my core of people, which means safety to that part of your brain. We are social beings and we have safety in groups. So it activates the part of your brain that says you're not safe. Well, you can have that part of your brain that says you're not safe activated by things like fear about paying your bills and finances. That doesn't feel safe, that you don't have a comfort and reliability for being able to pay your bills and have a roof over your head and feel like you have a safe place every day to be. So when you have worry over finances, though it may have nothing to do with you losing your home, it just may be a worry over finances, your brain doesn't know the difference and it generates the molecules of danger and fear inside your body. And those molecules of danger and fear don't know the difference between whether you are worried about finances, whether you feel slighted at work and feel like, wow, I don't know that I can count on this group of people that are my people. Whether you perhaps have relationships that are difficult and conflict, which also makes you feel worried for your own well-being. Those are still fear signals that course through your body. And remember, every time you have an emotion, Different parts of your brain and your heart make molecules to match that emotion. So your amygdala makes molecules of emotion like adrenaline. Your amygdala makes a lot of adrenaline when you feel danger. Your heart is the largest producer of emotion molecules in your body. You're familiar with oxytocin. It's what we think of as the love molecule. There's also a molecule your heart makes when you just feel fear and anxiety, and it's called orexin. And so the molecules that your heart and different parts of your brain make when you feel different emotions, those molecules communicate inside your body. And they also communicate outside your body at a quantum physics level. Remember, I said that at the tiniest parts inside those molecules, there is quantum action of energy happening, and that communicates outside your body in the field we all share. But inside your body, just so you know, that when you stay too long in this fear and anxiety mode, if you are not giving yourself practice time of catching, oh, that's fear and anxiety, it's not real danger. I'm going to, not physical, I'm going to say not real physical danger. It is real danger in your mind, but it's not real physical danger that you need to flee. And so when you're aware whether something is really a physical danger you need to flee, or you need to calm yourself down and allow yourself some calm and access to your inner wisdom, your intuitive guidance, your intuition on how to navigate through this. So if you go about your day and don't build into your day a practice of calming your body and your mind for even just a few minutes each day, you will then likely be living in more moments of your day of fear and anxiety and worry, and you might not even be aware of it. So when you have more moments of your day in which fear, anxiety, and worry is coursing through your body, meaning those molecules are generated when you have those feelings. Those molecules are moving through your body and they are communicating to the cells. So the cells of your body don't know the difference between whether you are fleeing worry and anxiety because paying bills is hard, or relationships at work is hard, or relationships at home are difficult, or whether you're actually fleeing a fire or a flood or danger. The message is the same. So the cells in your body say, danger, danger, which means those cells change their functioning to pump more blood flow to your muscles and your heart so you can flee danger or fight or get yourself safe, and you have the resources in your body to do that. That's all well and good, and you need to do that when you're in physical danger. But you need to pay attention and calm those times when you're just in emotional, mental danger zone, so that the flow of danger signals can calm down in your body. When the flow doesn't calm down in your body, you have shut off the blood flow to organs that aren't needed when you're in actual physical danger and you have to run and flee. Remember, your cells are saying pump more blood to the heart and to the muscles, and so it takes blood flow away from things you don't need in that moment, like your stomach and your kidneys and your liver and your brain. And so vital organs that need good blood flow on an everyday, regular basis to function healthy. So your body will be much healthier, much less disease when you allow yourself a few minutes every day to calm and be able to calm your body and calm your mind. When you allow that, then when you notice that you have danger signals flaring up within you that are more anxiety, mental, worry, emotional danger signals, you will be able to notice those, and you then will be able to calm yourself down and end up with a body that is healthier. And you will notice in calming yourself, you have access to some wisdom and guidance and intuition within yourself that helps you navigate and figure out how to proceed during those worry and anxiety. So very important for this first item to have an everyday practice of just a few minutes where you feel your body calming and your mind calming, where you actually feel the shift inside of yourself, kind of like a gear in a car where it downshifts and moves into a nice calm idle. You want to feel that shift. So whatever works for you in terms of actually feeling calmer and really noticing a clearer mind. So whatever works for you, whether it's turning on some calming music, whether it's writing in a journal, whether it's just having a few minutes quiet alone and you pay attention to your breathing, your in and your out breath. Maybe you have a morning walk in which you're just able to calm yourself, and just being outside and walking for a couple of minutes brings a level of calm and clarity in your mind. So whatever works for you as a daily practice to be able to calm your body and your mind will allow you to reach that calm place reliably and easily, even during times of discomfort. You will be able to reach it, of course, very easily in times of comfort. You can just ask yourself to go right there. But the beauty of having an everyday practice is during times of discomfort, you will recognize and be able to go there when you want to the calm and clearer, quieter mind, which brings you a measure of comfort during the discomfort because you have access to some wisdom, some inspiration, some ideas on how to handle things that you wouldn't have had access to before. So during extreme difficulties, though, I just want to remind you that that core contentment and that core comfort, it is there. It is normal that it's harder to access. So give yourself some knowing that it's going to be harder during times of extreme fear and extreme challenges and surprises that are sudden, and your mind and your body are revved up with worry and fear. It is harder to get to the calm. It takes longer. But when you do, which you will, because you have practiced and you have access, and even if you haven't practiced, it will take you longer to find that place of calm, but you can. So you can always calm your mind and calm your body and have access to wisdom and guidance that comes with that. When you do the daily practice of being able to calm your mind and calm your body every day, you can more easily and quickly shift into a place of calm where you can have access to the intuitive guidance you need, the inner wise voice of knowing, the intuition of how to proceed. And that is so comforting to know that you have access and the ability to navigate through any difficulties. So, finding and growing your comfort during times of happiness and during times of challenge essentially allows you to live in a knowing that life at its core is a core of comfort, contentment, happiness, peace, and an ability to navigate life that was always available to you. And when you have that ability to navigate life, what comes with it is the final item that the Buddhists say is so important in living life, which is on top of being able to have calm and peace and joy in positive times and in negative times, also is the ability to give. So giving of yourself to others. You will enjoy that, and it comes right along with the comfort and navigating the discomforts of life and navigating the joys of life. All become one and the same. Comfort in discomfort. It's the comfort of navigating life with joy and peace and calm and giving of yourself. So here is to shifting your emotions and living your most powerful life. That's all for today's Wavemaker podcast. Thank you for listening. I have so much more to share with you, so be sure to tune in next month. And remember, go to my website, www.melaniedean.com, and join our free Wavemaker community, where you will receive even more science-backed advice for unlocking your emotional power.